Call Elohim Yahweh, Bahasham, Hamashiach Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakadash, Barakatham. First, I'm going to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone whom rule well, and from whom we learn this truth. Shalom to Akim, who are not in GMS, but are pushing likewise doctrine, in spirit and in truth with all sincerity. To you few sisters that are listening and learning, as well as you speckled birds who are scattered among the nations, looking like those nations, to the 144,000 elect men and the rest of the hopeful elect, to you I say, Shalom. Right, I had this would be like part 2, right, or a continuation of January ain't the new year, right? So we was going into the gross darkness, right? That that is among the people. So I'm gonna read that again real quick. This is Isaiah 60:2. And it reads, it says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." Right? So, again, I was making a point that right here, as pertaining to the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 5, where it says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Right? That darkness meaning what? You basically can't see, having no sight. Okay? Not being circumspect. Not knowing what's going on around you. Or being short-sighted. Okay? Because in darkness, like if it's dark outside, you can maybe see, I don't know what, maybe 20 feet in front of you, right? 30, no more than 50 feet. And that's really pushing it, right? Now, if it's gross darkness, like it ain't no light, you in the sticks, you in the middle of the woods, or you on your city block and it ain't no power lights, ain't no street lights, ain't nobody got no porch light on, nothing, ain't no cars coming. You have been out in the middle of the night doing something you had no business doing, right? You on one of them nighttime missions to go, see your squeeze or something like that, whatever. It's dark, right? You a teenager sneaking out the house, you done climbed out the window ain't no lights on. You can't see 20 feet in front of you, 50 feet. So gross darkness is even worse than that, man. Gross darkness, you in the middle of the woods, can't see. You probably got maybe 5-10 feet in front of you. Right? But if you have light, if it's day, it say what? Right here, it say, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. In daytime, you got all your faculties, right? You circumspect. Your head could be on a swivel. You got 180-degree view looking straight ahead. Turn your head. You straight. You got 270, right? Almost 360. You can see everything damn near. And you can see far. Even if you got shitty vision like me, wear glasses. Like you can see, like you standing in this, you driving, you can see about a quarter mile down the road or further, half mile in the daytime. Right? So likewise, being children of the day, it says what? We are not of the night nor of darkness. That's important. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Because darkness also go into that left hand, man. The left hand side of the Yahweh. All right? That's where evil resides. Death resides on the left hand side. Folly. Unrighteousness. From a worldview, is on the left hand side. Now we know that there is no unrighteousness with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. But he's controlling all of those left hand entities, man. Spirits made for vengeance, everything else. But if we're not of the night and not of darkness, that means we have to be of the light, as it says. And the light is synonymous with righteousness. Okay? Verse 6, it says, therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Right? For they that sleep, sleep in the night. And they that be drunken are drunken in the night. So when you think about what the scriptures talk about, the whore making the nations drink of her wine, right? Meaning her philosophies. And that's what's happening over here in Babylon the Great, man. That's what we have. And see, the whore, Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon, a.k.a. Lady Liberty, a.k.a. America the Great, right? Mystery Babylon. She has a foothold, a very strong foothold in the earth, man. This is why, just like during the time of Yahweh Shai, the common language, the common tongue was Greek. Right? Right now, in this time, right now, 2025, so-called, and all, for the last, 70 years or whatever, right? If you want to be a pilot, you have to know and speak English. You got to understand English and speak it fluently. So if you flying anywhere in the world, if you a pilot for military, if you a pilot for Boeing, if you a pilot for not Boeing, let's say you a pilot for American Airlines or Delta or Spirit, Frontier, whoever, Frontier, what's the other ones? Whatever it is, JetBlue, Northwest, Southwest, whatever. You got to know English, man. And Matter of fact, it don't matter if you fly Taiwan Air China, whatever it is, United Arab Emirates or whatever, UAE pilot, you gotta know, you have to speak English. Because just like Greek was the common tongue 2,000 years ago, English is the common tongue today. Most countries, if you go to their school system over there, they have an English class where they learn English. If you go to China, they got a class where they're gonna teach kids some type of English. Japan, the same thing. Uh, all of those Eastern countries, and even in the Latin world, those kids are gonna have to study. They take English in class as a requirement. It ain't an elective course like over here, in Babylon the Great in America. You'd be like, you in high school, you can take English. I mean, not English. You take English for literature, for writing, but you can take Spanish, you can take French, you can take German if you want. You could take Italian. Like, they give you options for elective classes. No. You gotta take English abroad in those school systems, which tells you who's in power. I said all that to say, and then you got the United Nations, right? The UN, all of those people, majority of them speak English. Food for thought. Was going into that about, because that's the wine, all right? And because of that, America has made everybody drunk. That's what the whole democracy shit is. That's being spread abroad. When they talk about we're gonna fight for democracy. These motherfuckers be all over there on the other side of the planet, terrorizing them people over there in their own land. And then people got their own customs, their own religion, everything. We're gonna bring democracy over here. That's some bullshit, man. You gonna force that upon other people. Now you got so-called East Indian chicks, right? And certain Arab countries, they women over there twerking on light poles and shit. Making TikTok videos. That shit wasn't going down 20, 25 years ago. Cause they was throwing battery acid on disorderly individuals over there. I digress. I get on a tangent. Anyway, verse 7 is where we was at. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunk are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation. Right? Well, what's the hope of our salvation? That we rehearse the that we rehearse the righteous acts, man. What is it? Right here. Judges 5 and 11. let's start at 9. Okay? And it reads, this is Judges 5, chapter 5, verse 9. My heart is toward the governors of Israel, of Yasharallah, that offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless ye the Lord Yahweh, right? And we have the same thing going on today, man. Start from the apostles and elders on down, who offered themselves willingly, all right, to the people, man. You got brothers that have forsaken a lot in this life to follow behind Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, with the hope of salvation. Okay, verse 10. Speak ye that ride on white asses, ye that sit in judgment, and walk by the way. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh, even the righteous acts, Salakia, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates, right? Now listen. When you go into the places of drawing water, that's talking about going into servitude, man. All right. And the noise of the archers, speaking on current times. What are the archers that you hear the apostles and elders that you've heard them been speaking about for the last 40 years? That you hear brothers talk about. The archers are those silos that house the ICBM nuclear warheads, man. And they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water. So delivered from the ICBM nuclear missiles, from the places of slavery, our captivity, all right, the places of drawing water, that's over here, Babylon the Great, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts, right? How we know it's a place, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Yasharallah, in Israel, right? Then shall the people of the Lord Yahweh go down to the gates, to our leaders, man. Okay? Awake, awake, Deborah, awake, awake. Utter a song, arise, Barak, and lead thy captivity captive, right? So just on this side, we're going to have, listen, Yahweh Shai is going to lead our captivity captive. All right? That's who coming to get us, man. Y'all can finish that off on your own, but you go into that. This is speaking of this time. All right? Because when you go up, you see it speaking about Mount Seir and Amalek, whom you should know by now that those are the so-called white people. Those are the Edomites, the Hebrew Edomites, the biblical Edomites, the red people, white people, right? So-called white, but they're red. All right? Different shades of red. So soon, Okay, but are rehearsing the righteous acts here in our captivity, man. Which is why we are called children of the light, children of the day, because not every this doesn't apply to all people. Okay? This is why the scriptures speak of a remnant. All right? Let me see. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14. 14, and let me start at let me do 6. All right. And this goes into the gospel that we are pushing. All right. Rehearsing the righteous acts, forsaking the heathen customs and their holidays, which are on the left hand side and all of that shit. All right. This is Revelation 14 and 6. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, right? Which is the same gospel that we pushing, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. And now you have Israelites on every continent, on every major continent, telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are indeed the children of the living power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and that there's also a remnant out there scattered among the nations, all right, who look like those nations, who are indeed the offspring of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Though you may look like other nations, if your spirit resonate with this message and you think that you are a so-called Chinese man or a so-called Taiwanese, like, from Thailand, or you so-called Filipino man, or even a so-called Edomite, not a so-called, even if you are appear to be an Edomite, a so-called white man, right? But this message resonates with you, then guess what? You're an Israelite, because the heathen cannot receive this message. Right? And so this is the foundation of what we pushing, man. Turn from the heathen customs, come back to the Lord, man. Right? Having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And we know that to be Yahweh Shai, right? That's why I said Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, because we reverence the Father, all right, as the source of all things, and we reverence Yahweh Shai, who's the Son, right? Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, who's the Son, the only begotten of the Heavenly Father, the only begotten of the Heavenly Father, and the firstborn of all creation, right? Who made everything. That you get that in the book of 1 John. Okay. Verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, this is the point, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That fornication goes into uh, idolatry, uh, you know, all type of sexual sin, right? And not just, we're not talking about sexual sin the way the Christian church talking about. All right. We talking about all lewdness, all matters of lewdness. Moism. All right. Backdoor popping. Man with man, woman with woman. Okay. Uh Rituals that come through the act of, like, temple harlots, so you can understand. All right. Them Diddy parties, when people be doing that eyes wide shut shit with the mask on and all that, yeah, code words and all that. Hey, there's rituals, all right, that these people do. That's fornication. Okay. Let's read 8 in the NLT. It says, and another angel followed him through the sky, shouting, Babylon is fallen. That great city is fallen, because she made all the nations of the world drink the wine of her passionate immorality. Right? So, immorality. So, yes, immorality is a very broad spectrum. That can encompass democracy. Right? And that whole spread of women's empowerment movement. Okay? Going against the natural order, I'll say, which is, when you go into Corinthians, it talks about uh, the head of every man is the woman, right? And the head of the man is Hamashiach, and the head of Hamashiach is the father. That's the order. And order does not mean equality. There's no such thing. There's equity as far as equitable treatment, and being upright and righteous in your judgment, being impartial. But there's no equal, so you can understand. All right, anyway. I just wanted to get the wine that I was talking about, because we had went back to going into people being drunk. All right, not being sober, but those being drunk in the nighttime, right? Those are the darkness being drunk, man. So anyway, hope y'all get the point. The customs of this world, when you go back into Judges 5, like we read, the point is to rehearse the righteous acts. Now, you can't get everything right on this side because we in this flesh, we know that, and we don't push the law to the extent that you obtain salvation through the law, because you cannot. But we do rehearse the righteous acts. All right. Our faith and our hope in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Our faith is what will save us. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. All right. Yahweh Ratazah. Anyway, I pray this lesson finds you well. I pray that it was edifying. I was a little all over the place, but I pray this lesson finds you well. I pray that it was edifying. And until next time, Shalom. Wa Abad Babal. Worship the Father in spirit and in truth. All right.